It was a hot and humid evening as Mark drove his sleek black car down the empty road with his secretary, Rachel, sitting beside him. They had just left the office after a long day of work, and tension was running high between them. Mark had always been attracted to Rachel, with her fiery red hair and curves that seemed to drive him wild. And tonight, he decided to act on his desires. Hi, this is my story. I was Rachel, his secretary. As we drove, Mark couldn't help but steal glances at me, my tight skirt riding up my thighs and my blouse straining against my ample chest. The sexual tension in the car was palpable, and Mark knew he had to make a move. He pulled over to the side of the road, the only sound of the hum of the engine and the chirping of crickets in the distance. Rachel, Mark said, his voice husky with desire. I can't take it anymore. I need you. I turned to look at him, a mischievous glint in my eye. What do you want, Mark? I said. Mark reached out and gently ran his fingers through my hair, a shiver running down my spine. I want you, Rachel. I want you here right now, he said desperately. I smiled and slowly leaned in closer to him, my breath warm against his ear. Then take me, Mark. Take me now, I begged him. I was getting wet. With that, the floodgates opened, and the two of us tumbled into a fiery embrace. Mark's hands roamed over my body, feeling every curve and dip of my skin. My hands were just as eager, unbuttoning Mark's shirt and running my fingers through his hair. The car was filled with the sound of our ragged breaths and soft moans, the windows fogging up with our heated passion. As the intensity of our longing grew, I slowly sank to my knees in front of Mark, my gaze locked on his. Without a word, I reached for his zipper and pulled it down, freeing his throbbing manhood from its constraints. Mark let out a low groan as I took him into my mouth, expertly swirling my tongue around him in a tantalizing dance. Mark's hands tangled in my hair, urging me on as he felt himself reaching the edge of ecstasy. But before he could lose control completely, he pulled me up and kissed me deeply, the taste of our desire lingering on our lips. With a hunger that could no longer be denied, Mark guided me to the back seat of the car, where we shed our clothes in a frenzy of desire. Mark worshipped every inch of my body, his hands and lips leaving a trail of fire in our wake. And when he finally entered me, we both cried out in unison, lost in a symphony of pleasure. But as the echoes of our lovemaking faded into the night, a sense of unease crept over Mark. He knew what we had done was wrong, but the thrill of forbidden passion had clouded his judgment. As we lay entwined in the back seat, he realized that he had made a grave mistake. The next day at the office, Mark and I did our best to act normal, but the tension between us was undeniable. And when Mark's wife came across a pair of red panties in his car, the truth could no longer be hidden. The scandal rocked the office, with whispers and gossip spreading like wildfire. Mark's marriage crumbled under the weight of his infidelity, leaving him alone and broken. I, on the other hand, faced the consequences of my actions and was promptly fired from my job. The fallout of our affair was like a wrecking ball, destroying everything in its path. I'm glad you've been listening to this story to the end. Thanks for your time. Remember to like and subscribe. You're awesome.